Hello, everybody, and welcome back to College Basketball Courtside. My name is Mitch, and today I'm going to be covering the Saturday slate. When absolutely packed slate. We had 5 ranked matchups going on. Also had a ranked game on Friday that I'm going to cover. The number one team, Purdue, they fall on Saturday. They get smoked on their home floor, per my prediction. So make sure to stay around for that breakdown. And then we're also going to cover the games to watch early in this week. There's only really one I want to cover, but big weekend of college hoops, you guys. So I want to get right into it, talking about the first game on Friday, December 5th, between number 11 Gonzaga and number 18 Kentucky. Gonzaga wins this one 94-59. Almost a 40-point victory from Mark Few and the Bulldogs. And to start, I think it starts on the Kentucky side. This is just a season from hell. I mean, is Mark Pope the guy? I think you have to start having those conversations. He just he hasn't had any really good wins. He hasn't had those top recruits. You're Kentucky's head coach. You kind of have to have those. I mean, they shot 27% from the field. That's not going to cut it. It's simply not going to cut it. 7 of 34 from 3, 21%. 12 assists to 11 turnovers. Just not sharing the ball. Otega Owe, 16 points. I always say he's Mr. 16 points, which is pretty good. It's a solid stat line, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, only 1 turnover. He didn't play that bad, but 3 of 7 shooting, 9 of 10 from the line. Would like to see him be more aggressive. Again, I keep saying this. It seems like he can get more. Only 7 attempts. Yeah, he had 10 free throws, but 9 of 10 from the field for a guy like Otega Owe should mean 30 points, should mean 25 points. It should not mean only 16 points, and they get just absolutely blown out, embarrassed. On the Gonzaga side of it, 9 of 18 from 3, shot it really well. Shot 57% from the field. Graham Ike, big bounce back game after his 1-point loss to Michigan, where he had 1 point, they lost by much more. But he had 28 points, 11 of 18 shooting, 10 rebounds. Huff, again, huge game, 20 points, 9 of 11 shooting. Not too much to say about Gonzaga. They played really, really well. Just kind of can't, just kind of came back after a tough loss to Michigan, and they showed that they were the much better team. And with this Gonzaga team, still not worried about them. They're really good in the front court. They're really good defensively, as you can see, with Kentucky shooting only 27%. They had 43 rebounds to Kentucky's 31. They had 24 assists to Kentucky's 12. You can just tell this Kentucky team. They have no juice. They have no pop. They have no camaraderie, it seems like. They're not a fun watch because it doesn't seem like they care. And that's the tough part. I'll watch a bad team who cares because they'll try hard. You can see they're upset when they lose. They want it. They just got beat because of talent. I'll take that any day of the week. But when you have a talented team, like Kentucky, they still have a lot of talent and they just get blown out. It's no integrity. Honestly, it's embarrassing at this point. Denzel Aberdeen, 8 points, 3 of 12 shooting. Colin Chandler, 11 points. Jalen Lowe still kind of struggling. He's had a bad year with injuries, and he played 14 minutes in this game, had 1 point, 0 of 5 shooting. So he needs to get healthy. Jaden Quintains needs to come back healthy and dominant. I think that's the only way they have any shot at, making the tournament. They're 5-4 right now, so they're probably not, they have to make the tournament. It's not winning the SEC anymore. It's just getting the tournament. So bad game for Kentucky. Great one for Gonzaga. Just another ranked win. They dominated, honestly. Now, coming to the game of the night, game of the weekend, I should say, Saturday, because it's a noon game, Eastern time. Saturday, December 6th, number 10 Iowa State takes on number 1 Purdue at Purdue. Iowa State wins this one 81-58. Iowa State wins this. Absolute blowout. Really from the jump. Not really from the jump, but you could just tell Iowa State looked like the better team. Had a huge second half. It was a pretty close game in the first half, but Iowa State then dominated in the second half, flexed their defensive muscles, also showed they got a lot of offense as well. I said if Taman Lipsey plays, they're going to win. And it's because of the defense. Listen to this. I mean, he only had 9 points, 4 of 7 shooting, so efficient, but only 9 points, had 5 rebounds, 8 assists, no steals, but he also had no turnovers. Listen to Braden Smith's stat line. Pretty consensus preseason player of the year, Big Ten player of the year, All-American first team, unanimous preseason player. He had 11 points, 5 of 9 shooting. Pretty good. Not horrible. I mean, for for Naismith player of the year, should probably have more points, but it's fine. 5 rebounds. He had 8 assists, 6 turnovers. That is not going to cut it. 6 turnovers for a guy who usually really takes care of the ball. That just goes to show you how good Taman Lipsey is defensively. He is a monster. A monster. He held Braden Smith in check. He showed them that there's levels to it at times where Taman Lipsey clearly looked like the better player. Braden Smith kind of having a weird year. Purdue's still really good. I'm not panicking on Purdue at all, but he has not looked dominant. He is not. I don't think he's even been the best player in his team. I think Trey Kaufman-Renn has been better when he plays. However, Trey Kaufman-Renn this game, 4 points, 1 of 8 shooting, 9 rebounds. Joshua Jefferson has dominated his matchup as well. So great win for the Iowa State Cyclones. I mean, again, Jefferson, he had 11 points, not his biggest game. He had 6 turnovers as well. So, again, not his best game, but defensively played great. He only played 22 minutes. But it was Milan Momosijevic. He had 20 points, 8 of 17 shooting. He played really well. Blake Buchanan, 12 points, 6 of 9 shooting. He played well. So, Iowa State kind of had a lot of guys chip in. 12 points, 11 points, 20, 13, 9. So just pretty balanced attack for the Cyclones here. They shot it well from 3, 11 for 23, whereas Purdue only shot 4 of 16, which is, not their best. Purdue's usually a very good three-point shooting team. Actually, they're a fantastic three-point shooting team. Fletcher Loyer 1 for 5. Omar Mayer 0 for 3, 1 for 7 in the game. So they just did not shoot the ball well. They out-rebounded Iowa State. Purdue's a fantastic rebounding team, but they had 15 turnovers. I think that was the big part here, is that Purdue, a team who usually takes care of the ball, just did not, and that hurt them in this game. So shout out Taman Lipsey. He was a huge part of that. Huge win for the Iowa State Cyclones. They are scary. When they're even the guys that had the best games, Jefferson only had 11, Lipsey only had 9, Jefferson had 6 turnovers. Not having their best games, they can blow out the number 1 team in the country, hold them to 58 points. That is just absolutely crazy. Oscar Clough, he had 10 and 6. No one really even had a good game for them. They just kind of got smoked. Fletcher Loyer, 5 points, 3 turnovers. Just a bad game. Just a really bad game for Purdue. That does bring up some pretty major concerns against a good athletic Iowa State team. But huge win for the Cyclones. Purdue goes down. They only shoot 41% from the field as well. I expect Iowa State to be ranked probably should be within the top 5 with these new rankings coming out today on Monday. But next game on Saturday, I want to cover another heavyweight bout, another top 10 matchup. Number 4, Duke, 66 at East Lansing against Michigan State. Number 7, 60. So 66-60, Duke wins this one. Cam Boozer, I mean, it's really just Cam Boozer once again playing super well. 18 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, only 1 turnover, 7 of 13 shooting, so shot up over 50% from the field in 34 minutes. So he is just, he has to be the clear favorite to win player of the year right now. I don't see how anyone else could win it. Duke's one of the best teams in the country, according to Evan Mia, number 2 in the country, just behind Michigan. And he's been the best player in the country, just dominant, playing really well in these ranked games, playing really well in these big spotlight games. Goes to East Lansing, a really tough place to play against a really good defense and a very physical, tough defense in the Spartans. And he has 18 points on 13 shots, 15 rebounds as well. Understanding that to win this game is going to take a lot of rebounding efforts from the biggest, strongest guy on the floor. funny enough, he did not have the most rebounds in the game at 15. Carson Cooper, huge game. Wow, Carson Cooper's trying to do his best Cam Boozer impression. He has 16 points, 16 rebounds on 7 of 13 shooting. So one of probably his best college game of his career. Really impressed with the way Carson Cooper competed against Ngangba, against Boozer, a really good front court. He was a huge difference maker and a big reason State was in this game for a long time. For State, Caleb Foster had 12 points as well, 4 of 9 shooting, only 2 assists. Boozer led this team in every statistical category, actually, including steals. Ngangba had one more block, but yeah, it was really just a Cam Boozer show. Again, Foster had 12, and Nicholas Kamania, he had 10. So Isaiah Evans only had 9, 2 of 8 shooting. He has not been great as of late. Hasn't scored the way you want to see him score, but I'm not too worried about him. He has those games where he's going to score 20 plus and be lights out from 3. That's kind of what you need from him, that microwave kind of shooter who's knocked down. Ngangba didn't play great, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 of 3 shooting. Would like to see him get more involved. 0 of 1 from 3, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. They really struggle from the free throw line. 15 for 23, that's 65%. They shot at 9 of 29 from 3, 31%, and only 38% from the field. However, Michigan State only shot at 32% from the field. They're at 8 of 22 from 3, and they're at 10 of 14 from the line. So a lot more free throw attempts for the Duke Blue Devils. They had 9 more free throw attempts. So just more physical, got in the lane more, and you can just tell by the score. Now, the big part for the Spartans I want to cover: Jeremy Fears, 6 points, 0 of 10 shooting, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. That's not going to cut it for probably right now Big Ten Player of the Year, him or Yaxel, I would say. But Fears was probably right up there. He's 2, if not 1. Not what you need from your lead guard, your veteran guard. In these ranked games, it's a home game. 0 of 10 shooting. 13 assists to 1 turnover. That's great. That's what he does, but not going to cut it in these big games. Jeremy Fears going to need more offense. And he's not an offensive player. That's not his game. His game is not to put the ball in the hoop, but you can't go 0 of 10. That's for sure. Kurtang 0 of 5, only 11 minutes played. Cohen Carr, 10 points, 4 of 13 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. People kind of give me crap because I didn't put Cohen Carr on the preseason Big Ten list. I thought he was a big comment I got was how come we didn't put Cohen Carr in there? It's because he's a really good athlete. He's the best athlete in the country by far. I love watching him play. I don't get that mistaken, but guy can't shoot, guy can't dribble. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'd rather take a guy who can shoot and dribble than jump high. He had 10 points, 4 of 13, 4 rebounds. Jackson Kohler also played well. So the front court for State played well. 14 points, 7 rebounds. They played well. They probably outplayed that front court because Ngangba only had 6 points, 6 rebounds. Boozer had a big game, but so did Carson Cooper. And then Kohler outplayed Ngangba for sure. So State's front court, I think, won this game, but it was the back court. Caleb Foster had an efficient 12 points, while Fierce was 0 of 10 shooting. So, and not much off the bench in this game. Neither one of these teams really got deep into their bench, and neither one of these teams scored a lot off the bench. But rebounding was about the same. Assists, State won that one. Turnovers, it was actually a pretty clean game turnover-wise. Duke only had 8. Michigan State only had 5. So for this one, it was, I called it, it's a big slugfest that Duke ended up winning in a close one. Not worried about State at all. This is just a really good Duke team. I think Duke also has a shot to be number 1 in the poll, just because of how many ranked wins they had. Big one going to Michigan State and beating them. They have the most impressive resume by far, I think. They have just been lights out. I'm scared of this team. This is a very, very good team. But coming up next, number 6 Louisville versus number 22 Indiana. Louisville wins this 87-78 with a 9-point win. Both of these teams come in with on a losing streak of 1 game. So Indiana's now on a 2-game losing streak. For Louisville, again, kind of like I said, water finds its level. they shot the piss out of the ball. 13 for 31 from three. That's 42%. They were 46% from the field, and then they were 24 for 28 from the free throw line, 86%, as opposed to Indiana, 15 for 19 from the free throw line. So 9 more free throw attempts. They shot it really well from the line. Ryan Conwell's 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Mikhail Brown Jr. 5 of 5. And Sonata Fru was 5 of 7 from the free throw line. So just really aggressive getting to the hoop. Really good to see Mikhail Brown Jr. and Ryan Conwell get to the hoop and be aggressive. Conwell was fantastic in this game with 21 points and 4 of 10 shooting. Isaac McNeely, 15 points, 5 of 9 from 3. That's his game. Just lighting it up from 3. Really impressed. Javon Hadley, 15 points, 6 of 13 shooting, 6 rebounds. Really good game. But Caleb Brown Jr. only had 9 points on 8 shots and only 3 assists. Not his best game. He's not playing his best ball as of late, but he's a freshman, and he'll figure it out. He still has tons of talent. Obviously, I'm not worried about him at all. Kobe Rogers off the bench for Louisville had in 13 minutes he had 12 points, 4-4 shooting. He was a huge spark off the bench. If you go watch that game, for Indiana, it's Tucker DeVries. My God, he can score the ball. 26 points, 5 of 14 shooting. 12 of 13 from the free throw line. He is so crafty. If you watch him play, he's really good at using his body, getting bumps, getting to the free throw line. He's just really smart. So he has a fantastic game, 26 points. He is a NBA level scorer. However, his sidekick, his Robin, Lamar Wilkerson, didn't have his best game. 12 points, 5 of 15 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3. He's usually a lot better than that. He's been awesome this season coming over from Sam Houston State. He has been such a bucket, but faces against a tough Louisville team. Ryan Conwell guarding him, really making life hell for him. Conwell's a great defender. Taking Connor Way for Indiana had a pretty bad game. 5 points, 5 turnovers, 1 assist. Not what you need from him. Connor Enright, 2 points, 1 of 5 shooting in 34 minutes. Going to need more from him. So for Indiana, they just need more guys to get involved. Nick Dorn off the bench in 16 minutes. He had 15 points. So good job, Nick Dorn. But they need that third guy to really step up. I think that's their biggest issue so far this year is Tucker DeVries is the clear 1. Lamar Wilkerson, they're clear 2. And then it's a big drop-off. Who's going to step up for them? So I'm not too worried about either one of these teams after losing the game prior. I'm not worried about Indiana losing this game. It's a good Louisville team. It's a Louisville team I'm very high on. But for Indiana, again, they just need to find that other guy, and their defense needs to sharpen up a little bit. This is a good Louisville offense, obviously, but they could be better. Indiana can on that end of the floor. And I expect them to still have a great season, though. So Louisville wins this one. Good ranked win for Louisville. Next game, number 14, Illinois against number 13, Tennessee. Illinois, they win this one 75-62. If you kind of watch the game, kind of a butt kicking, really. For Illinois, Keaton Wagler, freshman, 16 points, 5 of 13 shooting, 4 of 11 from 3. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, no turnovers. Probably his best collegiate game in terms of just his all-around game. 16, 8, and 5. Colin Boswell, 15 points. Quietly making his case for Big Ten Player of the Year. He has been awesome all season long. He just runs a really good offense. He's tough. He's physical. He's a A-plus defender. Really impressed with him. Tomislav Ivicic, 16 points, 5 rebounds. He's looking good. Andrej Stojakovic struggles. He only played 21 minutes, but only had 5 points. For Tennessee, just kind of a weird game. I fear that they're a two-man show. And if those two guys aren't on fire, they're in trouble. Nate Ament, in 31 minutes, he had 9 points, 4 of 14 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He is really struggling as of late. And when I watch him play, he's clearly super talented. He's obviously got the tools, the body, the size, the physicality. Could add some more strength, but he's really fluid. He's not, things are missing. He's not tight. He doesn't have a crisp handle. He doesn't have a very quick jumper or a very smooth jumper, I think. It looks like he's always kind of losing it when he shoots. I don't really see the hype with him as much as other people do. I think there's a lot of other options. I'd very much clearly go with Caleb Wilson, Mikhail Brown Jr., Darius Acuff. Those are guys I would take before him for sure in terms of freshmen. Heinz Steinbeck from Washington, he's been really good. Not the same position, but he's been really good. So I think Nahement is not as good as people think. I hope he gets good. I'm not trying to wish him bad, but I think that he has a lot to work on. I think Tennessee has a lot of glaring holes. They beat a good Houston team, but they've been sliding ever since. Jacoby Gillespie had 15 points on 20 shots, 6 of 20. That's just not good. That's not good at all. Tennessee was 6 of 20 from 3, 8 of 18 from the free throw line. Yikes. Luckily, Illinois is 8 of 14 from the free throw line. But they dominated the glass, but I think it was the 13 turnovers. So Tennessee had 13 turnovers. Illinois only had 6, so a lot more possessions for the Illini. However, Tennessee got those possessions back by having 12 more offensive rebounds. However, Tennessee shot at only 37% from the field, while Illinois shot at 48%, and Illinois hit 5 more threes. So that's a better shooting game for Illinois, a more efficient shooting game. They shared the ball a little bit better, I thought. They definitely took care of the ball. They had 7 blocks. Tennessee just Nate and Jacoby Gillespie are kind of just chucking. So if they're not hot, they're going to lose a lot of games. I'm worried about this team. Who's their third guy going to be? Their other starters in this game who played big minutes, 5 points, 2 points, 7 points, and then off the bench, the highest score was 8 points. So they didn't really have that third option at all. And the first 2 options, I feel like they kind of get into one-on-one mode and kind of get into chucker mode at times. So a little bit worried about this Tennessee team. They're sliding. Huge win for this Illinois team, though. I think they're really good. I still think they have a ton of offense to bring, and they can compete with anybody in the Big Ten right now, I think. So good win for the Fighting Illini. Okay, quick coffee break. We're back. The night game. I actually stayed up for all this game. Look at me. Uh, I'm Eastern time. This is a West Coast game. Number 2 Arizona beats number 20 Auburn. Arizona 97, Auburn 68. Butt kicking here. Arizona's so good. They're just insane. They held Keyshawn Hall to 13 points on 3 of 11 shooting, and he's one of the best guards in the country. I think he was just not himself this game. Arizona's defense was all over him. For Auburn, Tahad Pettiford had a cool 30 on 19 shots. It was one of those games where you could tell first quarter, first half, early in the first half, he was shooting just like one leg runners. You could tell he had that pop to his game where he had the extra swagger. He knew he was feeling it that night. He was awesome. 30 points, 10 of 19 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. He did all he could to keep them in this game, but just not enough. Kevin Overton really struggled after a really good game in his last one against NC State. He was 1 of 8 shooting from the field. Keyshawn Murphy, only 8 points. Elijah Freeman, only 3 points, 1 of 7 shooting, really struggled. And then they had nothing on the bench, 6 points off the bench. So really, it was just Tahad Pettiford. He had 30 of their 68, so that was all I can say for them. They were 6 of 25 from 3. They shot 33% from the field, 15 turnovers to 7 assists. You guys, how many games are you going to win when you have more than double the amount of turnovers than you do assists? You're not going to win many at all, especially when Arizona, 23 assists to only 13 turnovers. So they just dominated the possession battle for sure. Arizona, they shot 41 of 67. They shot 61% from the field. That's insane. 40% from 3 and 75% from the line. Auburn had a lot more free throws. Keyshawn Hall, I mean, he is one of the best in the country getting free throws. He was 6 of 6. Overton was also 6 of 6. Pettiford 5 of 5. So Auburn got to the hoop a lot better. They drew a lot more fouls, but Arizona, they're just too big where they weren't getting fouled. They're kind of just getting really easy layups. Koa Pete really good in this one, 18 points and 11 shots, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He played really well. Braden Berry's played really well, 16 points and 11 shots. Jaden Bradley, 16 points, 11 shots. This team's just so consistent. They just get a lot from everybody. Del Rizzo off the bench, 11 points. He played really well. Um, this is just such a fun team to watch because they play super well. They play so calm. That's what I like about this team. They're never sped up. They're always calm. They're big. They're physical. But they have a lot of skill as well. They're just such a fun team. I think that they're one of the best teams in the country. I think they're a top 3 team in the country. I think it's really uh, Michigan, Arizona, and Duke. I think it's a pretty clear top 3 for me. But a lot of other good teams in the mix as well. I'm still high on Purdue. I still think they're good, but Arizona's the real deal. They smoke Auburn even after a 30-point game from Todd Pettiford. He's kind of starting to heat up. I'm excited to watch him heat up as we get into conference play here. See how he competes against the SEC every night. For Arizona, they stay hot. They score a lot of points. They hold teams to not a lot of points. They're terrific. So big Saturday slate, you guys. I'm going to cover some of the Sunday games now. Sunday didn't really have as much action, but there was still some good games. UNC beat Georgetown. I thought that was going to be a better game than it was. That was my potential upset alert. Caleb Wilson had 20 points, 10-plus rebounds. He was fantastic. Kansas, they smoke a Missouri team by 20. This is Missouri's real first test. They had a bad strength of schedule beforehand. So kind of need to see them play some more SEC teams, maybe some other teams as well. I'll have to look at their schedule. But in their first test, they get smoked. Navy beats Air Force, bragging rights there. San Francisco, they beat Mississippi State. Huge upset for them. Really good win for San Francisco. Nebraska, they crush Creighton. Creighton continues to free fall. They might be one of the worst teams in the Big East, honestly. I'm out on Creighton. Out on Creighton. Texas Tech, they dominate LSU, 27 points from Christian Anderson. I thought this could be potentially a close game on a neutral site. LSU, they've had a pretty good year. They have a lot of scoring. They have a lot of guys who know how to put the ball in the hoop. So I thought it could be a close game, but Texas Tech, good win, good dominant neutral site win against LSU. And then want to cover just one game to watch Monday and Tuesday. On Monday, not a whole lot going on. Tuesday, some ranked teams play against some pretty poor unranked teams. So if you want to watch them, fantastic. I know I will be, but if you want to catch one game, Monday and Tuesday this week, it's going to be on Tuesday. Number 5 UConn taking on number 15 Florida. What? Shout out Florida. They have a tough schedule. I like the way they schedule it. It's very tough. They're going to get a lot of tests in, and these games have shown the major flaws of Florida's game. Florida hasn't played since losing to Duke in some tragic fashion. I think this might be the game Xavier Lee gets benched. I think he could be a good bench player. If he's that 6th man, the spark off the bench, hey, go get us some buckets, get out. I don't think he's a lead guard. I think you start Conchar and this put Boogie Flynn at the 1. I think that's their best bet. I don't think Flynn and Xavier Lee at the same time works. So, maybe Todd Golden switches things up, but something has to change if they want to make a deep run. I'm worried about this Florida team because of how bad this backcourt's been, but Boogie Flynn, I think, has more juice to him. I think you start him and bring Lee off the bench. But for UConn, they need Terrace Reed to be fully healthy in this game just because Florida's front court is that good and they're that big and strong, and Terrace Reed's a monster. So I think Florida gives UConn a good run, even if Terrace Reed is healthy, just because of that front court. However, I think UConn's backcourt is just so solid. They're so steady. Silas Demery, Solo Ball, and Alex Caravan are great. Braylon Mullins, he's been really good since being back from injury. His first games as a collegiate athlete, he's been really impressive. So UConn, they just add another wrinkle with Braylon Mullins, that sniper. I think Florida has the best player on the floor. Thomas Houck has been sweet this year. I mean, he was really tough against Duke. I'm really impressed with him. I think UConn wins this one, though, because of the poise they have in their backcourt. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think UConn does pull it through. But, you guys, this is college basketball courtside. Covered some of the games from this weekend. There's 5 ranked matchups again, and then covered a Friday game where Gonzaga dominates Kentucky, and then a couple of Sunday games, including the big upset of San Francisco beating Mississippi State. So look out for the game on Tuesday, number 5 UConn versus number 15 Florida. Reminder, I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time, covering everything college basketball. mostly focusing on stats, analytics, game recaps. Going to do some updated player of the years for the conferences, some big stock risers and stock fallers. That's coming on Wednesday's episode. But my name is Mitch. Thank you guys for listening and have an awesome day.